I'm your host with the most welcome 23. You're joining me for It Lives Beneath Chapter 16. Alone in a stolen boat, you race across the fog-shrouded surfaces of Lake Triumph towards your grandpa's house. Elliot, Grandpa, I'm coming. Please hold on. A low rumble stirs the air, growing louder and closer. Is that another boat? A shape looms out on the fog, gradually resolving to a small motorboat with a lone figure sitting at the wheel. The boat sweeps across your field of vision, the sound of its motor rising and falling as it turns in wide, lazy circles. What the hell? I'd better take a closer look. You nudge your boat closer, careful to stay out of the other vessel's path. As you pass, you catch a glimpse of the driver. A rich man. Alright. The man lies slumped in a seat, emptied eyes staring into the sky, his throat torn out and still bleeding onto his expensive suit. Damn, poor guy never had a chance. Shuddering, you open the throttle, leaving the other boat slowly circling in your wake. The house stands eerily silent as you approach, carefully skirting around the broken furniture and fallen branches. Too quiet. Cutting the engine, you hurriedly tie off the boat to the mostly submerged dock and step out onto the waterlogged boards. As you wade towards the house, you realize that one of the odd shapes floating in the yard isn't debris at all. Oh no, Robbie! You rush forward, kneeling down beside him. Robbie stirs as you check his pulse, his eyes fluttering half open. Elliot. She's got Elliot. Weakly, Robbie tries to sit up but immediately slumps back down. Hey, don't try to move, you're hurt. I failed him again. I'm not strong enough, not... His eyes sag closed as he slips back into unconsciousness. As gently as you can, you drag him back down the dock and lift him into the boat. Okay, Robbie, I'll save him. I promise it'll be okay. You turn back towards the house, heart heavy with dread. Please tell me I'm not too late. With a final deep breath, you march up to the house, open the door, and step into the darkness beyond.
It lives beneath.
Hope you're all having a wonderful day, by the way. Thicker than water. The inside of the house glows a sickly green, and the only sound is gentle sloshing as you wade through the knee-deep water. You pick your way past the overturned furniture, calling out to a whisper that feels painfully loud against the silence. Elliot, Grandpa, are you here? After a few agonizing moments, you hear nothing, and then... John? Elliot. Skirting around the couch, you find your brother slumped against the wall. You help him up, hurriedly checking him for any injuries. Are you hurt? What happened? Elliot's eyes suddenly go wide and he grabs your arm. Robbie. Oh my god. Where's Robbie? Is he? It's okay, Scooter. Robbie's outside in the boat. Looks like he got knocked out pretty hard. Elliot, is Grandpa here? Did Josephine... Elliot flinches, touching a large purple bruise on his cheekbone. We were upstairs trying to escape the flooding, and she just came in through the wall behind us. She grabbed Grandpa, and I tried to stop her, John, I swear, and... You tried to take on Josephine? It was... so brave. More like pointless. She just swatted me aside like I was nothing. Elliot, you went after a freaking ghost to protect your family. It doesn't matter whether it worked or not, that was brave as hell. Not that it made any difference. Will you stop it? I'm trying to say it. You know, at least you did good, kid. Something heavy crashes against the floor upstairs, followed by a familiar voice crying out in pain. Grandpa? Elliot, stay here. I have to help him. Wait, by yourself? John, you can't. I don't see any other option. Besides, you tried to take Josephine solo. Yeah, and look how well that turned out. She's just too strong. How the hell are we supposed to fight something like that? There has to be a way. Something we can use. You trail off as something catches your eye. You look up and see a cool blue-green glow emitting from the glass case in the corner. What the hell is that? You stand, walking towards the case as if in a dream, feeling it call to you. I think it's something I'm meant to have. Something important. The ruin armor will give you a major advantage in the battle ahead. The diamond cost of this outfit depends on how many ruined items you got throughout the book. 75. Interesting outfit, really. Looks like I'm ready for battle with ruins. I don't need it. Yes, we do, but shh. Pixelberry has made it so. You step back from the glass and shake your head. No, it's... There's too much going on. I don't want to mess with whatever this is. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. More crashes sound from the room above, followed by a scream. You rush for the stairs just in time to watch your grandfather tumble down them. Ugh! Grandpa! Crashes to the floor at your feet. His body is scored with deep claw marks, staining the water around him with a bloody halo. Elliot scrambles over to your grandpa, face paling as the sight of his injuries. We need to get him out of here, John. If she hurts him much more, I don't know if he'll make it. Oh, Grandpa. What did she do to you? Nothing less than he deserved. Step forward, shielding Elliot and Grandpa with your body. Josephine floats down the stairs with a ghostly hand trailing along the railing. Stay back, I'm not letting you hurt him anymore. John, just run. Just take Elliot and run. I'm not leaving you. Josephine reaches the bottom of the stairs and looks around, drifting into the kitchen. You know, the day I bought this house was one of the happiest days of my life. Oh, it was just damp when I got here, but it was mine. A dump, excuse me. She takes a plate down from the cupboard, turning it over in translucent hands. I've touched every piece of this place, from roof tiles to the foundation. It was my sanctuary, a place where I was beholden to no one but myself, a place I could be free. Suddenly the plate falls, passing through the luminous flesh of her hands to shatter against the countertop. I let you into my sanctuary, Arthur. I trusted you. Blue flames flicker around the edges of her body as her fingers elongate into cruel, pointed claws. Josephine, wait. Don't do this. Haven't you lost enough? The society took your daughter, your life, your freedom. I can't believe you would want to lose your own husband, too. Don't you see? This man is the one who is the one who took everything from me. If Arthur hadn't been such a coward, my daughter would be alive. I would still be alive. What are you talking about? He's not the one who killed Mom and Dad. Maybe not, but he's still the one who told the society about the power. Everything that happened here is his fault. Behind you, your grandpa lets out a choked sob. I was just trying to help. They were going to chop it down, and I thought they knew about the power. They didn't understand why they had to listen to you. I didn't know, Josephine. I swear I didn't. I didn't know. Didn't know what, Arthur? That your company was run by greedy snakes? That they'd be willing to murder for a taste of real power? It doesn't matter what you knew. You betrayed me, and now you're going to pay for it. Josephine moves closer. Waves and whirlpools forming in the dark water. She stares in. You stare into the blazing fire of her eyes, unmoving. That's enough. Yes, what he did was terrible, but that doesn't give you a right to murder innocent people. Innocent? Do you think anyone I've killed has been innocent? What about Kyle? Parker? All the people in town? Hmm. I actually want to go with Parker. One's very tough. I want to go with Parker, actually. I just want to see him. He was just trying to do what was right, and one of your monsters bit his head off right in front of me. Why, Josephine? Why the hell did Parker deserve to do that? Something like regret flickers across Josephine's face. You don't understand. You don't know what this traitor did to me. I want to understand. Do you? Do you want to know how I died? How Arthur and his society turned me into a monster? This is your chance to play as Josephine, see the founding of the society, and witness the secret ritual that fused her with the power. I will do it! As a thank you for those who have, helped with the PC issue. 50 years ago. Now playing as Josephine Vance. You sit on a chair in a dingy cellar, hands bound behind your back. Gritting your teeth, you focus on sawing through your bonds with a piece of glass you found on the floor. Come on, come on. You're almost through the ropes when the cellar door opens and the heavy boots clomp down the stairs. Josephine. Abe, nice bathrobe. Your special order that from the Burlington Cult Factory. Oh. Okay, that was good. Very funny. Come on, it's time to go. Oh, that was actually really funny. That was actually really good. Abe takes a step towards you. I'm almost free. I've got to keep him talking. Abe, wait. I have a daughter. Please, Abe. Marie's just a baby. You wouldn't want to take away her mother, would you? Abe sighs, looking at you with pity. It's a shame, Josephine. It really is, but we'll make sure Marie's got everything she needs. And like you said, she's just a baby. She won't even realize you're gone. Abe starts towards you, leaning in to grab your arm just as the last strand of rope snaps. Rah! What? You throw yourself at Abe, stabbing the shard of broken glass into his shoulder. Ah! His back hits the ground hard, and you straddle his chest, punching his head as hard as you can over and over and over. How about that? Is that funny, you son of a bitch? Kelly's eyes roll back in his head, and he goes limp. You steal the knife from his belt and spitting in his face. Okay, time to get out of here. You're in the process of stealing Abe's robe when the cellar door opens, and more robed figures pour down the steps. She's escaping! Grab her! Rushes forward as you jump up, Abe's knife clutched in your right hand. I'll stab her, kick her, stab her! Lunging forward, you sink the knife deep into her chest. You yank the knife back and she falls to the ground, but more figures rush forward to take her place. Too damn many of them. Keep fighting, lashing out with fists and knife until they overwhelm you with sheer numbers and drag you up the stairs. After a short ride in the trunk of a car, your captors bring you to the bend in a river deep in the forest where the water glows an unearthly light. A small group of robed figures stand at the riverbank, turning as they hear you approach. Ah, there's the woman of the hour. I trust she didn't give you too much trouble on the way. Abe scowls, touching a swollen bruise above his right eye. Oh yeah, no trouble at all. Say, Vince, I wonder if you could explain a couple of things. I couldn't help but notice some construction on the way here. Construction that looks suspiciously like that dam you promised not to build. Yes, well, plans have changed somewhat in the past few months. Evolved, you might say. He beckons, and another hooded figure steps forward. Arthur. You launch yourself towards your husband, but are brought up short by two burly men holding you on your arms. Where is she, Arthur? What have you done with my daughter? Marie is safe, Josephine. I swear. Nobody's gonna touch her. So long as you do what you're told, that is. They march you to the river bank. They spin you around so your back is to the water. You're going to perform the Rite of Becoming. You will call the power into yourself, and you will not stop the flow. Not for anything. Didn't Arthur tell you about that creature that lives in the woods? You know what'll happen if I take in too much positive power. You'll become our bridge. Through you, you'll be able to tap into the power. Yes, about that. You really think? Well, it's not you're able to call in the power. It's you'll be able to control me. If I do what you say, I'll become a monster, and a human thing that will tear you all to bloody pieces. Hell, if you want me to kill you so bad, just let me go, and we can skip the ritual part. Yes, well, fortunately you've taken care of that little problem for us. Astrid holds out her hand, and Arthur steps forward, placing a long metal spike in her hand. My Marlin spike. Release her, and remember, Josephine, your daughter's fate depends on your cooperation. Which they end up killing her anyway, so, Your guards let go of your arms and step back. Abe comes forward, holding out his knife. Your hand. You hold it out, not even flinching, as he opens a long cut across your palm. One more thing. Arthur, I'm going to kill you. Arthur, take care of our daughter. Hmm. Hmm. Take care of our daughter. If they so much as touch her, I will find a way to make you pay for it. Arthur looks down, his face streaking with tears. Sneering, you turn away from him and look around at the symbol figures. I think either way she was going to tell him to go himself. This won't hold me forever. I'm going to make you regret this. All of you. You close your eyes, clearing your mind as you recite the words that Cora taught you years before. The power of ancient trees, I come to thee in supplication. Power of the earth and stone, I seek to form a covenant. Power begins to well inside you, making you feel lightheaded. Power of the flame and shadows, I humbly ask you to be your vessel. Make me one with the trees, with earth and stone, with flame and shadow. What started as a trickle becomes a torrent. A vast primal energy floods into you, leaving you euphoric and gasping for air. Make me one with the power. Suddenly, you can feel everything. You're part of the forest itself, of the land, of the river, but then you feel it start to go wrong. The power begins to burn inside you, every molecule searing with agony. You start slipping and losing control. Too much. It's too much. I can't. Don't stop. You know what will happen. Shadows begin to swirl around you, flickering with tongues of dark flame. You feel yourself being hollowed out, consumed, corrupted. You scream. And then Astrid drives the marlin spike into your heart. Numbly, you look down at the spike protruding from your chest. Blood and darkness seep from the wound, soaking your clothes. You look up, locking eyes with Arthur for a split second, and then Astrid shoves you into the river. Sink through the glowing water, blood trailing above you in a dark column. The power rages inside of you, an all-consuming storm of darkness and hatred that burns away all but a single thought. Kill them all. Water fills your lungs, blood bubbles from your chest as your heart squeezes around the spike, but the power will not let you die. Betrayers, murderers, I'll kill them, kill them, kill them all. Josephine finishes her story, and the room falls quiet for several long, tense seconds. Josephine, I'm so sorry. What you went through is beyond horrible. Then you understand why the people responsible need to pay. I do, but this isn't the way. Killing Grandpa won't change what they did to you. He spent the last 50 years being punished for his mistake. I'm not asking you to forgive him, but hasn't he suffered enough? Oh, John. Do you know what it feels like to be stabbed in the heart? To be drowning for hours, for years, unable to die? Of course not. Because if you did, you would know that no pain I can cause that man will ever be enough. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Now step aside. Both of you. Behind you, your grandpa struggles to his feet, spitting blood into the water. Damn kids, I told you to get out of here. No point in letting her kill all three of us. Excuse me. You inhale a chair, look, and then look back at Josephine, standing shoulder to shoulder. Hey, Grandpa? Huh? Shut up. I don't want to hurt you, but I will, if that's what it takes. He has to pay. Do your worst. Josephine closes her eyes, glowing brighter as the water around her trembles. What's she... But then you hear it, rumbling, rushing sound that grows louder and louder until a surge of water crashes in through the window. Ah! Ellie lunges for a doorway, clinging tight against the current that threatens to knock you off your feet. Grab onto something! Seizing your grandpa's hand, you quickly scan the room. Grab onto the couch. You wedge your arm between the back cushions just as the strong current sweeps your feet out from under you. Whoa! Holding tight to your grandpa with the other arm, you hang on to the couch until the current subsides. You let go of the couch and back up, putting some distance between you and Josephine. Elliot hurries over to meet you in the kitchen. Are you okay? I've had worse. Had some quick thinking, kid. Thanks, but something tells me that that wasn't her only trick. Josephine snarls, little blue flames flickering around the edges of her form. What lies did you tell our daughter, Arthur? Did you tell her that my death was a terrible accident? That you couldn't have stopped it? The water around her feet suddenly rushes towards her, gathering into a huge wave at the other end of the room. Did you tell her that you tried to save me? She sends the wave thundering towards you, a curling wall of water that stretches from floor to ceiling. Get ready. You have to dive under the wave, away from the wave, to the ground, under the wave. Grabbing Elliot and Grandpa's hands, you rush forward and dive straight into the base of the oncoming wave. You spin in the turbulent waters for a few seconds, then pop up on the other side as the wave crashes behind you. Whoa, I can't believe that worked. Gee, thanks. Aftershocks of the wave slosh back and forth across the room as you get to your feet, coughing water out of your throat. Is that the best you've got? Oh, John, if you think I've even begun to show you my best. She slowly sinks below the surface. The water levels begin to rise, dark currents churning and writhing all around you like angry snakes. Then you may not be as smart as I thought. Ah! You spin around just in time to see Grandpa vanish beneath the water. Grandpa! Where'd he go? John! With a yelp and a splash, Elliot vanishes too. Before you can dive after him, you feel something wrap around your lower body and pull. What? You thrash desperately as invisible tendrils of water coil tight around you, holding you below the surface of the water. Free myself. With all your strength, you twist your body around and brace your feet against the floor. You shove yourself against the surface, breaking free of the binding tendrils. Ah! Sucking in deep lungful of air, you quickly look around and spot Elliot nearby. John, she's still got Grandpa. Help me! You hurry over and reach into the water beside Elliot, your hand closing around Grandpa's wrist. I've got him. Pull! Working together, the two of you manage to drag him out of the water.
Thanks, I'm getting too old for this supernatural crap.
You and Elliot huddle protectively around your grandpa, nervously scanning the surface of the water. Keep your eyes peeled. Josephine could be anywhere. Probably no chance she give up and left, huh?
No, she wouldn't give up this easily. She'll never stop until I'm dead.
Maybe we can just make a break for it. I've got a boat waiting outside. If we can get to shore, maybe... John, behind you! You roll around and are suddenly eye-to-eye with Josephine. Hi, Grandma. You find yourself frozen, trapped in the cold, bottomless glow of her eyes, sinking into it. John? John, wake up! Huh? Assuming that's my brother. You shake your head as the world fades back into focus, realizing that Josephine is nowhere to be seen. Where did she... John, stop! Confused, you look down and see your hands wrapped tightly around your grandpa's throat. What? No! You try to let go, but your grip only grows tighter as Josephine rises from the water beside you, leaning in to whisper in your ear.
Kill him.
No! No! You aren't strong enough to resist Josephine. Oh, crap. You feel Josephine's control tighten around your mind like a vice, forcing your hands to squeeze, to crush. Resist. No, you can't make me. Shaking with effort of resisting, you force your grip to loosen just a fraction. Not enough.
Kill him.
Don't do it. You start to sweat, clenching your jaw so hard it hurts, but little by little your hands begin to open.
John, fight it. I'm trying.
Relieved. You struggle against the unnatural force that grips your body and mind, muscles screaming with effort.
Get out of my head!
With a final roar, you force your hands to release Grandpa and stumble back, gasping but with a look of pride on his weary face.
You fought her off. I knew my daughter didn't raise no pushover.
Thanks. Sorry it took so long. Josephine rises, floating towards the center of the living room. Battered, aching, and waterlogged, you once again place yourself protectively in front of Elliot and your grandpa, watching for her next move. How is he, Elliot? Grandpa's hanging in there.
He's right here. He's fine. Worry about yourself, don't you?
Josephine lets out a long, weary sigh, and the water level slowly drops, leveling around your knees. John, Elliot, just stop. Oh, our crazy idea. How about you stop trying to kill us? Arthur is the one who must be punished. This is your last chance to leave him and live. You're not going to beat me. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm willing to die trying. I'm not scared of you, and I'm not letting you near my family, so you can just take the fake concern and shove it. Josephine holds out her hand, and something metallically slowly rises out of the water. Grandpa's marlin spike. Her fist closes around the spike, and she levels it at you. I suppose I can't fault you for being stubborn. It does run in the family. So if you're certain, Fear creeps down your spine like freezing water, but you stand firm. I am, and I know you've gone through hell, and I know Grandpa is at least partially responsible for it. But we can't change the past. All we can do is... Josephine's arm blurs into motion. The spike flies out of her hand, and you gasp in pain as the needle-sharp tip slices open the side of your throat. Ah! And flies past you to bury itself into your grandpa's chest. Oh! You fall to your knees, clutching your neck as blood pumps from the wound. You hear Elliot scream, and the splash of Grandpa's collapsing behind you. Grandpa! Josephine glides forward. Weakly, you try to grab at her clothes as she passes, but your fingers grasp nothing but air. Move aside, Elliot. No way! You're not... Ah! Elliot flies across the room, hitting the floor hard. He curls into a ball, groaning. Elliot. You try and crawl after Josephine. She bends, grabbing your grandpa by the shirt and lifting him up so they're eye to eye. This is it, Arthur. No more hiding. No more tricks. It's time to pay. He lets out a grunt of pain as she slams him against the wall, snarling into his face. But first, I want to hear you admit it. Admit that you betrayed me. Admit that it's your fault our daughter is dead. Your arms finally give out and you collapse into the water. No, please. Grandpa's face is pale, his shirt soaked with blood. He looks into Josephine's eyes with tears running down his face. Josie, when I told them about the power, they agreed to change the town's plans. I thought this would be the end of it. I should have known they were plotting something. Should have known and never just leave all the power be. Then they took you. I had to do what they asked, or they killed Maria. Another shuddering sob cuts off his words as he gasps for air. Right, not my fault. I was stupid and naive and weak. I helped him kill you, and I let him kill our little girl. I'm so... He screams as Josephine slams him against the wall again, hard enough to crack the boards. You disgust me. You should rip out your heart from your body, you traitor. How could you betray your own family, your own blood? Are you really talking about the hypocritical bullshit you're pulling right now as you literally just slit my throat open? Really? As you kill your own family, alright. As darkness creeps into to cover your vision, Josephine's words echo in your mind, reminding you of something important. Blood. Yes, that thing that's losing from your neck. Listen here, you ungrateful little witch. You're nothing without us. Do you know what gave you that power? Your family, your blood. And that same blood can take it away. By blood a bond would forge. By blood let a bond be broken. Shaking, you push yourself up, staring down at the water, which swirls with crimson clouds of your blood, and you say the words. By blood a bond was forged. By blood let it be broken. Josephine suddenly cries out as if in pain. You look up and see her staring at you, eyes wide. What are you? You take a deep breath, Astrid's words burning in your mind. By ancient trees, by earth and stone, by flame and shadow, let the covenant be ended. Grandpa slips through Josephine's grip, crumbling to the floor. She stares at her hands and horrors, they start to blur the edges. No. She turns to you, her face a mask of terror. John? You close your eyes, summoning the last of your strength, and you feel the power. It thrums in the water all around you, it pulses deep in the earth like a heartbeat, and it wraps around Josephine in bands of fire. You reach out with your mind, seizing the bands of power that's around her, and you tear them apart. Let the covenant be ended. No, you can't. Before your eyes, Josephine's body begins to fray. Bleeding wisps of glowing mist. With a howl of rage, she lunges towards you. No! But as she streaks towards you, Josephine's body tears itself apart, leaving behind nothing but mist, floating over the water in a distant echoing stream. It's done. Letting back a whimper of pain, you drag yourself through the shallow water towards your grandpa. Nearby, you hear Elliot stir. What? Where'd she? Oh my god! Elliot splashes into the kitchen, rooting through the cabinets until he finds a stack of dry dish towels. Take this, we gotta stop the bleeding. Gotta get help. Oh god, I need a phone. Oh, there's one in Grandpa's room. You take the towels as Elliot runs to the next room, pressing one against your wound. You examine the spike buried deep in Grandpa's chest. I mean, we will try. You gently wrap one of the towels around the spike, trying to stem the flow of blood without jostling, and at least that's doing something. Grandpa groans, turning to stare at you with glittery eyes.
Hey, kid.
Hey, Grandpa. Grandpa looks down at the spike protruding from his chest and winces, hurriedly looking away.
Well, that looks like it's gonna leave a leave a mark.
Hang on, Grandpa. Elliot's calling for help right now. Just stay with me. Smiles weakly, reaching out to squeeze your hand.
I'm not going anywhere. Promise.
Good. A wave of dizziness washes over you, and you slump against the wall, vision fading in and out of focus. I think I ought to take a little rest now, huh? Sorry.
You got nothing to be sorry for. You're a brave kid and stronger than I ever could have hoped. Just like your mom. You did her proud today, John.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Go ahead and rest now. I'll be right here.
Smiling, you let your eyes close and slip into unconsciousness, still clasping your grandpa's hand in yours. I don't give a flying about these people on edge right now. It's not over. I'm just saying. I don't think it's over. Remember, he lives in the woods? That false sense of security? Come on. What is chapter 17? Everybody's happy. The town goes back to happiness. Your grandpa's alive and well. You're not bleeding out of your throat as it's cut. Okay, alright, I'm done. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because there's got to be a reason why there's still nerve for the others and shit. You know? There's got to... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm suspecting something else is going to happen. I don't know. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the description below. Links to social media, Discord, if you'd like to support me and my content. By the way, that thing that popped up on the bottom of your screen, Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's a fantastic looking game. The demo's up on the channel. Please, if you're feeling ever so generous, you can either donate via the computer GoFundMe or PayPal or come to Twitch, do some bit donations. Hey, if you have an Amazon Prime, you can come over here and drop it. It does help. Every little bit does, in fact, help. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys for the Courtesan of Rome next, I believe. So catch you then. Peace out.